People, I really need to have this discussion because I was having a conversation with the brothers yesterday that I posted the video of, and the brother saying he would support Trump because of the stimulus check, which the Democratic signs, which I'm not a Democrat, Republican Senate signed, and Trump signed, right? But he held up because he wouldn't get he wanted his signature on it. Black people, due to the fact that we disconnected with history, we don't see and understand the games Europeans play on us. If we look back at history, they have a war it was called Beavers and Tricket Wars, where the English and the Dutch used a trade to play Native Americans against one another. We being them Native Americans, black people. But what the conversation revealed to me was that, I see how quickly brothers will sell you out for shiny trinkets, will sell our people out for shiny trinkets. And here's why I say that. I've done videos showing, that uh, white supremacists and all these people are supportive of Trump and are the power base behind Trump, yet you see black people tell me they will empower Trump, who is obligated to satisfy his power base, which is white supremacy. I, like, stuff really gotta, black people really gotta make sense, or then I explain to the brother about Trump removed consent decrees with the police department, and this brother who claimed he's about black supremacy said, oh no, both of them said, we need assault rifles. The police need military style rifles in our community. For you to say that is because you believe that black people are criminals and we need to be over policed. That is what you're saying. And what I'm trying to get my black people to understand is that the reason why you deal with crime is due to economics. The reason, see, it's called not being able to see the forest for the trees. I see the black man who got so desperate that he robbed me, that he took a gun, ran up on somebody on the streets, give me your money. That is a crime of desperation, first and foremost. Second, crime is due to proximity. You're forced into your community by police redlining. See, you have to understand that when they criminalize your children in school, they get them tickets, they get into an altercation, disorderly conduct, those tickets suspend their driver's license. Now, when you're in the inner city like Milwaukee, where it used to be an industrial hub, but those factories no longer are in Milwaukee, right? And you need licenses to drive outside your community, that is automatically economic castration, forcing you into jobs that don't pay a living wage, meaning a lot of times people can work a job and still fall behind, still go further and further into debt, and they living and they just barely surviving. So when you force people into those type of economic conditions, that it will create crime. And for some reason, black people don't seem to understand that. We kind of then took on the perception that black people are criminals just because we are criminals. And so when I talk about 50 black men coming together and building our own community, I really am talking about excluding black people who look at us like that, or black people who refuse to reevaluate who we are and how they see us. Because we have indoctrinated the hatred that others have had for us. We see ourselves the same way white people see us a lot of times, black people. And that is what holding us back more than anything, and what's preventing us from working together is Europeans have mastered the, at giving us our own perception of self. They have taught us self-hate to such a great, and I can say this because I'm out here supplying goods and services to my community, and I'm gonna tell y'all in Milwaukee, you black dudes got a lot of self-hate. Y'all hate to see each other's come up. Y'all hate to see each other's progress. Y'all refuse to support one another's businesses. These white people have trained a lot of these black men, black people, very well. I even have the conversation with black people when I talk about supporting black businesses. They say I support black businesses if they got good customer service. If you live in the inner city, none of your businesses have customer service. All your businesses self-service in the inner city, and you going up to a bulletproof glass just about everyone. So then I asked him, what was this black business that had this bad customer service? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say that. So I have to deal with and compete as a black man with a negative image of a imaginary black business. This is the predicament that black people place other black people in. We really have to change our perception of ourselves and how we think of ourselves. We've been allowing these Europeans to control our image of self and controlling our information, so we don't understand cause and effect and how our community got in the way, got in the conditions that they got in. And they didn't get in by accident. They got in by public design. This was government policies that created the environment that you live in. This is government policies that got you in this condition. But it's you maintaining the mental chains and refusing to educate yourself that prevents you from uplifting yourselves out this condition. A lot of black people have a lot of opinions without doing their research. That brother supported Trump for that bill, but he never looked into the fact that the Democrats control the purse string, so the Democrat has to pass the bill. He held it up to put his name on it, and he ain't recognizing the fact this man bought you to degrade you. And he gonna overlook all of our humanity because somebody gave him a check. That is very dangerous. You gonna overlook all the disgusting things and deplorable things Trump did to other black people because of a stimulus check. See, we have to be careful who we deal with, black people, because some of our people will sell us out for trinkets. You know, because those trinkets that the white man provides to us make us seem superior in our own community. That's why I have to ask black people all the time, do you want money or do you want freedom? And there's a difference. The difference is freedom come with resources, right? Money come with chains. Resources, you can generate money. That's the difference. We want white people wealth. We want white people money. I want our resources back. The wealth will be generated. I'm just saying, black people, we have to learn and reevaluate our perception of ourselves. And it's not the image and perception that white people gave us through the television shows and the music that they finance and sponsor and choose to promote. But this is why black people have to take back control of their own image. This is why we got to start rejecting these negative images they put out about us. You know, and I remember black people saying that when Kanye West spoke about, nobody said nothing when he said that about the Jews. When Kanye West said black people slavery was a choice, nobody counseled him. But when he spoke about the Jews, everybody counseled him. You know who counseled him when he spoke negative about the Jews? The Jews. You know who promoted him when he spoke about saying slavery was a choice? Black people. You know who still speak up and talk about Kanye speaking truth? Black people. Cut this off. Black people. That's a fact. Why is that? You know, so that's just something we gotta understand is that nobody's gonna promote positive images of us. Nobody's gonna counsel people for putting out negative images of us if we continue to promote those negative images of ourselves, if we embrace those negative images of ourselves, if every time they say there's some hoes in the house and y'all women run to the dance club, of course I'm gonna treat you like a hoe or something like that. That's how they go. You know what I'm saying? That's what you present yourself as. So I'm just saying, as a people, we have to change our perception of ourselves, but that will never happen as long as we allow other people to continue to give us our perception of us. Long as other people create our images of us, our movies, our television shows, or the people who promote our television shows that are black are not in our best interest, you know? So I'm just saying, black people, we got to start guarding how we perceive and see one another. That's where our first change start. That's where our first change begin at. Let's just do that, black people. Let's reevaluate how we look at one another. And I ask you, if you reevaluate, look and study our history as a people, where we come from, then you will see the essence of who we is in our natural state. And you will understand that this is our current condition. This is a reaction to that. When you see how black people speeding down the street, the anger, the violence, it is a reaction to American government policies to economically castrate the black community, to leave our people feeling hopeless without uh, 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 without the ability to achieve what they sold to us as the American dream.